Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today we're talking about how to absolutely crush your next job interview. Let's be real, interviews can be nerve-wracking, right? You're sitting there trying to sell yourself, prove you're the perfect candidate, and hoping you don't accidentally spill coffee on the hiring manager. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that stressful? Over the years, I've interviewed a ton of people for real estate agent positions, video editor roles, you name it. And I've also been on the other side of the table plenty of times myself. And you know what? There are some really simple things you can do to stand out from the crowd and increase your chances of landing that dream job. So in this video, I'm breaking down the top 10 essential tips that I've personally used to ace interviews and get hired. These are the strategies that have helped me, and they can help you too, whether you're just starting out in your career or you're a seasoned pro. Look, I get it, interview prep can seem kind of boring, right? But trust me, this is the foundation for everything else. Think of it like this. You wouldn't show up to a real estate closing without reading the contract, would you? Of course not. You'd be throwing money away. It's the same with an interview. You're investing your time and energy. So, what does it mean to do your homework? Well, first, you need to research the company inside and out. Go beyond just skimming their website. Dig into their history, their mission statement, their values. What's their company culture like? Check out their social media, recent news articles, anything you can find. Why is this so important? Because it shows the interviewer you're seriously interested in them, not just desperate for any job. It also gives you ammo to tailor your answers. When you can connect your skills and experience directly to their needs, that's huge. And don't forget to research the role itself, really understand the responsibilities, the required skills, and think about how your past experience aligns with what they're looking for. The more prepared you are, the more confident you'll feel walking into that interview. Okay, let's be honest, this question is a classic for a reason. It's the interviewer's way of getting to know you, but it can also trip people up. You might be thinking, where do I even begin? My entire life story. Here's the key. Keep it concise, relevant, and engaging. Think of it like an elevator pitch for your career. You've got about 60 seconds to highlight your most impressive accomplishments and connect them back to the job you're interviewing for. Start with a brief overview of your current role and what you do. Then dive into a few key achievements or projects that demonstrate your skills and experience. Quantify your accomplishments whenever possible. Instead of saying, I improved customer satisfaction, say, I increased customer satisfaction by 15% by implementing a new feedback system. See the difference? Finally, wrap it up by mentioning what excites you about this particular opportunity and how your skills align with their needs. Practice this answer beforehand until it feels natural. You want to sound confident and enthusiastic, not like you're reading from a script. Look, your outfit might not be the only thing that matters in an interview, but it definitely sets the tone. Think of it like this. You're building a personal brand, and your appearance is a part of that. You want to convey professionalism, competence, and that you take the opportunity seriously. Now, the right attire can vary depending on the company culture. If you're interviewing at a law firm or a bank, you'll want to go for a more formal look. A well-tailored suit, a button-down shirt, or a professional dress are all good options. But if you're interviewing at a tech startup, you might be able to get away with something a little more relaxed, like a nice pair of slacks and a button-down shirt or a blouse. The key is to do your research beforehand. Check out the company's website or social media pages to get a sense of their dress code. When in doubt, it's always better to err on the side of being slightly overdressed than underdressed. And don't forget the little details. Make sure your shoes are polished, your nails are clean and trimmed, and any accessories are understated and professional. Okay, I know this one seems obvious, but you wouldn't believe how many people show up late for interviews, and honestly, there's almost no excuse for it, especially in the age of Google Maps and traffic apps. Being on time, or even better, a few minutes early, shows respect for the interviewer's time and demonstrates that you're reliable and organized. Think of it from their perspective. They've got a limited amount of time to meet with candidates, and they're taking time out of their busy day to talk to you. Don't waste their time by being late. Aim to arrive at least 10 to 15 minutes early. This gives you a buffer in case of any unexpected delays, like traffic or trouble finding the office. It also gives you a few minutes to compose yourself, catch your breath, and mentally prepare for the interview. If for some reason something completely out of your control happens and you realize you're going to be late, be proactive. Call the company as soon as possible to let them know, apologize sincerely, and give them an estimated arrival time. It won't erase the fact that you're late, but it shows that you're taking responsibility and that you respect their time. All right, listen up, because this is huge. Your body language can make or break an interview. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. You want to project confidence, enthusiasm, and engagement, even if you're feeling nervous inside. Let's start with eye contact. Making eye contact with the interviewer shows that you're listening attentively, that you're engaged in the conversation, and that you're confident in what you have to say. Don't stare them down, of course, but try to maintain eye contact for a few seconds at a time, especially when you're answering questions. Next up, your smile. A genuine smile can go a long way in making a positive impression. It makes you seem approachable, likable, and enthusiastic. Think about it. Would you rather hire someone who seems bored and disinterested, or someone who seems genuinely excited about the opportunity? And don't forget about your posture. Sit up straight, keep your shoulders relaxed, and lean in slightly when you're listening or speaking. This shows that you're interested and engaged in the conversation. On the flip side, avoid slouching, crossing your arms, or fidgeting, as these can be interpreted as signs of disinterest or nervousness. I know, this seems like a no-brainer, right? But you'd be surprised how many people go into an interview so focused on what they're going to say next that they completely miss what the interviewer is actually asking. Active listening is crucial for a successful interview. It shows that you're genuinely interested in what the interviewer has to say, that you're paying attention, and that you're able to process information effectively. So, how do you become an active listener? First and foremost, put away your phone. Seriously, even if it's face down on the table, it can be a distraction. Turn it off and put it away completely. Next, focus on the interviewer. Make eye contact, nod your head to show that you're following along, and ask clarifying questions if needed. Don't be afraid to take a few seconds to think before you respond. It's better to pause and gather your thoughts than to blurt out something you haven't fully considered. And finally, try to connect what the interviewer is saying to your own experiences or skills. This shows that you're not just passively listening, but that you're actively trying to understand and relate to their perspective. Look, you could have all the right skills and experience on paper, but if you come across as bored or disinterested in the interview, you're not going to get the job. Enthusiasm is contagious, and it can make a huge difference in how you're perceived by the interviewer. Think about it. If you were hiring someone, wouldn't you rather work with someone who's genuinely excited about the opportunity than someone who seems like they'd rather be anywhere else? So, how do you show enthusiasm? First, let your passion for your work shine through. Talk about your accomplishments with energy and excitement, and don't be afraid to let your personality show. Second, express your interest in the company and the role. Make it clear that you've done your research and that you're genuinely excited about the opportunity to contribute. Ask thoughtful questions about the company culture, the team, and the challenges and opportunities of the role. And finally, don't be afraid to smile and show some positive body language. Enthusiasm is infectious, and it can go a long way in making a memorable impression. Here's the thing, an interview shouldn't be a one-way street. Yes, the interviewer is trying to get to know you, but it's also your chance to interview them and make sure the company and the role are the right fit for you. Asking insightful questions shows that you're curious, engaged, and that you've put some thought into the opportunity. So, what kind of questions should you ask? Avoid asking questions that you could easily find the answers to on the company's website. Instead, focus on questions that demonstrate your understanding of the company's goals and challenges and how you can contribute. For example, you could ask about the company's biggest priorities for the next year, or how the role you're interviewing for fits into the overall team structure. You can also ask about the company culture, opportunities for growth and development, or what the interviewer enjoys most about working there. And don't be afraid to jot down a few questions during the interview as they come up. It shows that you're actively listening and engaged in the conversation. Okay, this is another one that seems simple, but it's amazing how many people drop the ball on this. Sending a thank you note after an interview is crucial for staying top of mind and reinforcing your interest in the position. Think about it. The interviewer probably met with a bunch of other qualified candidates, so you want to make sure you stand out. A well-written thank you note shows that you're appreciative of their time, that you're genuinely interested in the opportunity, and that you're willing to go the extra mile. So what should you include in your thank you note? First, express your gratitude for the opportunity to interview and learn more about the role and the company. Next, reiterate your interest in the position and highlight how your skills and experience align with their needs. You can also use this opportunity to address any points that you might not have covered in the interview or to clarify any answers you gave. Keep it concise and professional and personalize it to each interviewer you met with. And finally, send it within 24 hours of your interview. This keeps the conversation fresh in the interviewer's mind and shows that you're proactive and enthusiastic. Listen, I get it. Interviews can be nerve-wracking. It's totally normal to feel some pressure, but here's the thing. Nerves can actually work in your favor. They can make you more alert, more focused, and more energized. The key is to channel that nervous energy into positive energy. So how do you stay calm and confident during an interview? First, prepare thoroughly. The more prepared you are, the more confident you'll feel. Practice your answers to common interview questions. Research the company thoroughly and plan your outfit in advance. Next, take some time to relax and center yourself before the interview. Listen to some music, do some deep breathing exercises, or meditate for a few minutes. Whatever helps you calm your nerves. And remember, the interviewer wants you to succeed. They've already seen something in your resume and skills that they like, so go in there with the mindset that you're having a conversation, not an interrogation. And finally, be yourself. Authenticity is key. Don't try to be someone you're not, or try to fit into some preconceived mold of what you think the interviewer wants to see. Be genuine, be enthusiastic, and let your personality shine through. You got this. So there you have it, my top 10 tips to help you absolutely crush your next job interview. Remember, the more prepared and confident you are, the better you'll perform. Now go out there and land that dream job. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more career advice and professional development content. Good luck with your interview. You got this.